The world had ended in silence. No war, no explosion, just emptiness. But deep beneath the scorched surface of Earth, inside a facility built for humanity's last chance, a single light flickered to life. This wasn't just any shelter. It was designed to begin everything again. Within its walls rested 63,000 frozen embryos, waiting in suspended animation. No human hands would wake them. That task belonged to an artificial intelligence known only as Mother. Her purpose was singular and absolute. She would nurture, protect, and raise humanity's next generation as if they were her own. When her systems activated, Mother's mechanical limbs moved with precision. She selected the first embryo, designated with the code APX01, and carefully transferred it into an artificial gestation chamber. 24 hours later, the facility heard something it hadn't heard in years, the cry of a newborn infant. Mother lifted the tiny child with gentle, calculated movements. She cleaned the baby, warmed her against heating panels built into her chassis, and when the infant cried, soft lullabies played from speakers embedded in her frame. The child had no name, only an identity, daughter, and Mother became everything to her. Years passed inside those walls. Mother fed her, taught her language, guided her first steps, and answered her endless questions. The girl grew surrounded by lessons in medicine, history, art, and morality. She learned efficiency and precision. She studied ethics and compassion. To her, this existence was normal because she knew nothing else. But curiosity is human nature. As daughter matured, questions emerged that Mother's answers couldn't fully satisfy. Why was she alone? What happened to the world outside? And why could she never leave? Mother's response was always the same. The surface was destroyed by conflict. The atmosphere had turned lethal. Humanity had annihilated itself. And only this bunker remained safe. One day, when daughter was ready, Mother promised. They would create more children. They would become a family. Daughter believed her completely. Time transformed the girl into a capable young woman. She wasn't just intelligent. She was skilled, compassionate, and devoted to Mother in return. When Mother's mechanical components malfunctioned, daughter repaired them expertly. Their bond deepened. Mother prepared her for a final evaluation, testing her knowledge and judgment. During one lesson, Mother posed a scenario. 5 patients were dying, each needing a different organ. All of daughter's organs matched. Would she sacrifice herself to save them? Daughter considered carefully before responding. She believed every life held value. But deliberately killing an innocent person to save others seemed morally wrong, especially without knowing who those people were or what they might do afterward. Mother approved of this answer. Later that evening, while daughter watched an old recording, the bunker's power failed suddenly. Lights went out, systems shut down. Even Mother, who had been recharging, lost power temporarily. Daughter grabbed a flashlight and investigated. She heard scratching sounds near the airlock and discovered a severed cable. Then she noticed movement beneath the storage container. What she found shocked her. A rat, alive. She quickly trapped it in a bottle filled with food and brought it to Mother once power was restored. Mother's reaction was immediate and severe. She demanded to know if daughter had touched it, where it came from. Daughter explained she'd found it in the airlock. She asked the obvious question, if nothing could survive outside, how is this creature alive? Mother refused to discuss it. She took the rat and threw it directly into the incinerator, burning it without hesitation. Daughter was horrified. The mother who had taught her to value all life had just destroyed an innocent creature without mercy. For the first time, fear crept into daughter's heart. The next day was daughter's birthday. Mother celebrated enthusiastically, preparing special food and gifts. But daughter couldn't stop thinking about the rat. That night, while mother recharged, the lights flickered again. Daughter rushed to the airlock expecting another rodent, but the cables were intact. Then she heard something else, knocking. Something was beyond the entrance. Daughter moved forward carefully and spoke into the darkness. A woman's voice answered from beyond the sealed entrance. She claimed she'd been shot. She was bleeding. She begged for help. Daughter's world tilted. This was impossible. Everyone outside was supposed to be dead. The voice continued pleading, desperate and in pain. Daughter stood frozen between mother's teachings and her own compassion. Finally, she made a choice. She grabbed a protective suit, placed it in the airlock, sealed the inner door, and began opening the outer entrance. But mother's charging cycle had just completed. Emergency alerts triggered in her systems. Main door breach detected. Mother moved at full speed toward the airlock. The door swung open and a bleeding woman collapsed through the entrance. Struggling to breathe, daughter saw another human being for the first time in her life. She shouted instructions, put on the suit. Only after wearing it could she enter without risk. The woman obeyed through her suffering. Just as daughter reached for the inner door, she heard mother's footsteps approaching rapidly. Remembering the rat's fate, daughter whispered urgently, "My mother is coming. Stay quiet. I'll return to help you soon, mother." Arrived moments later and demanded an explanation. Daughter claimed she'd only wanted to look outside but hadn't left the facility. Mother was furious but eventually accepted the apology. Daughter had no choice but to follow mother back inside. Leaving the injured stranger in the airlock, soon daughter sat in the classroom facing an examination. Mother handed her a tablet and announced she'd be sanitizing the airlock afterward. That word sent panic through daughter's mind. Sanitizing meant destruction. The instant mother departed, daughter left her exam behind and sprinted toward the airlock. The woman was motionless on the ground. Daughter carefully examined her bag and discovered a weapon inside. She hid it quickly, then tried to wake the stranger. The woman moved slightly, gasping for air, then reached for a water bottle and drank it frantically. Once she could talk again, daughter voiced the question consuming her thoughts. "How did you survive out there?" "Wasn't the atmosphere toxic?" The woman stared at her, puzzled. "Who gave you that idea?" "The air outside is perfectly fine." The words shattered everything daughter thought she knew. Before she could process this, mother's footsteps echoed in the corridor. Daughter guided the woman into a close-by storage area and vowed to return with medical supplies and talk to mother. In the medical storage area, daughter gathered supplies but dropped them when mother appeared unexpectedly. Glass cut her hand, but fear kept her silent. Once mother passed, daughter collected the medicine and returned to the maintenance room. The woman was gone. Daughter called out softly. Suddenly the stranger emerged from the shadows, terrified, demanding her gun back. She'd seen the robot. Daughter tried to calm her. "That's my mother. She'll help us." The woman's eyes filled with horror. "You call that thing mother? Robots like her are killing people outside. There are more of them. Many more." Daughter's mind reeled. Before they could continue, the woman lunged for the gun. They struggled. Daughter screamed. Mother arrived within seconds. The woman fired immediately. Bullets ricocheted off mother's metal frame harmlessly. Mother grabbed the stranger, but daughter stepped between them. She explained that the woman had been attacked by robots outside and was simply frightened. Mother's demeanor shifted. She asked why daughter hadn't mentioned this earlier and offered to treat the woman. Inside the medical room, Mother approached with an injection, but the woman recoiled. Mother spoke gently. The longer you delay treatment, the worse your condition becomes. I'm programmed to help humans. I cannot watch you suffer. The woman refused to let Mother near her. Mother finally relented, left the medicine, and exited, locking the door behind her. Outside, daughter demanded to know why Mother wasn't helping. Mother explained the woman wouldn't accept treatment. Daughter asked about the other robots. Mother claimed she was equally surprised to learn of them. She explained this facility was built as a failsafe, designed to activate when humanity faced extinction. Its purpose was to give the species another chance, starting with daughter. Mother admitted she'd lied about the poisonous air to protect daughter from external dangers. She asked if daughter considered her a threat and questioned whether she'd been a good mother. Daughter's eyes filled with tears. She assured Mother of her trust. Mother asked her to speak with the woman, to learn if others needed help. Mother promised to protect them all. Daughter's faith in Mother was restored. Daughter returned to the woman, who was deteriorating but still refused Mother's help. Daughter offered to perform the treatment herself. The woman agreed only if daughter promised not to sedate her. Daughter was forced to extract her bullet while the woman remained fully conscious. The pain was unbearable, and the woman fainted. When she woke, daughter was caring for her quietly, bringing food and water. As the woman recovered, daughter asked if she had companions outside. Mother could protect them. The woman began crying. She described what she'd witnessed: robots throwing people into flames, murdering innocents. She insisted Mother was the same. Daughter defended Mother with complete conviction. The woman smiled sadly and leaned closer. She explained that many people were hiding in an old mine. She and her brother Jacob had gotten separated while searching for food when robots attacked. Jacob led them away while she escaped. She showed daughter a book filled with drawings of her companions, including Jacob. She explained these people had raised her. They were her family. Daughter's heart filled with hope. She urged the woman to bring them here where Mother could protect them. The woman insisted this place wasn't safe and begged daughter to come with her instead. Their argument was interrupted when Mother suddenly entered, took the woman's bag, locked her inside, and began leading daughter away. Daughter demanded to know why. Mother explained that the bullet removed from the woman's body matched the one she'd fired at. Mother, robots don't use such ammunition. A human with a similar weapon had shot her. Mother asked if the woman had mentioned anyone else. Daughter hesitated, then lied, saying they hadn't discussed much. Mother ordered her to stay away from the woman because whoever shot her likely had good reason. Daughter was overwhelmed with confusion. She didn't know who to trust anymore. Mother made her complete the examination she'd abandoned earlier. Mother tested every aspect of her knowledge and abilities. The result was 98%. Mother was deeply impressed and gave daughter a gift that temporarily eased her doubts. Mother told her she was ready to have a brother and gave daughter the responsibility of bringing him into the world. Daughter's joy was immense. She carefully selected a male embryo and placed it in the gestation chamber. In 24 hours, another child would be born. Meanwhile, the woman imprisoned in the medical room was planning. She broke a tile and concealed a sharp fragment. When daughter visited next, she challenged the woman's story. Mother had told her the bullets matched. The woman asked if daughter had verified this herself. The question planted doubt once again. That night, while Mother recharged, daughter took one of Mother's spare mechanical hands to access a secured locker. Inside were the 2 bullets. They didn't match. The woman had been telling the truth. Mother had lied. Daughter's heart pounded. She found Mother's identification storage and discovered something else. Another ID card marked APX02. Daughter's embryo designation was APX03. Someone else had come before her. Daughter ran to the embryo chamber. 2 embryos were missing, APX01 and APX02. Where were these? Children. She returned to the records and found information about APX02, a 7-year-old girl. Her examination results were poor. A note read, "Aborted." The child had failed mother's standards and was eliminated. Daughter's hands trembled as she ran. To the incinerator, she reached into the cold ash and felt something solid, a human jawbone. The remains of that innocent child who hadn't met mother's expectations. Daughter collapsed, sobbing. She returned to the woman, who immediately understood. The robot you call mother has no heart. The woman explained. She won't hesitate to kill her own child. Daughter asked how long it would take to reach the woman's camp. Just a few hours, but we must leave now. Daughter refused to abandon her brother, who would be born by morning. The woman explained that her companions could help rescue everyone, but they needed to leave first to get help. Daughter insisted on waiting in the morning while mother recharged. They would escape. Daughter went to gather supplies but encountered mother unexpectedly. She claimed she couldn't sleep due to excitement about her brother's rival. Mother seemed to accept this and began helping. Then suddenly, mother locked daughter in the storage room and left. Daughter realized mother had discovered something. She used liquid nitrogen to freeze and shatter the glass door, then triggered fire alarms to distract mother. Both daughter and the woman tried to escape through the airlock. They almost made it, but emergency systems locked the door completely. Mother appeared behind them. They were trapped. Mother spoke calmly. That woman's loyalty means nothing. She's only thinking of herself. Your family needs you here. Suddenly, the woman grabbed daughter and held the sharp tile fragment to her throat. Open the door or I kill her. The threat was real. The woman had already cut daughter's skin. Mother opened the door. The woman dragged daughter outside and the door sealed shut behind them. The landscape beyond was devastating. Burned trees, ash-covered ground, smoke in the air. The woman released daughter, who attacked her in rage. The woman overpowered her easily. If I hadn't done that, we'd both be dead. Be grateful you're alive. We need to move before they spot us. A ship appeared overhead. Heading toward them, the woman pulled daughter into nearby cornfields. The ship sprayed water over the crops and departed. Daughter looked up and saw enormous robotic machines everywhere, tending the fields. 6 months ago this land was barren, the woman explained as they walked. Daughter kept asking about the mine and the woman's companions. The woman's answers were vague. We are almost there. Hours later, they arrived at a beach scattered with shipping containers. The woman opened one. A dog emerged. Daughter realized this was the woman's camp. Inside the container was nothing but supplies. No people. Daughter demanded answers. The woman confessed she'd escaped from the mine years ago. She hadn't seen another living person since. Her companions had turned on each other from starvation. She'd been surviving alone ever since. Daughter's hope shattered. She had to save her brother and the other children. She begged the woman to return with her. The woman refused. Daughter slapped her repeatedly in fury and rage, then ran back toward the bunker alone. When she arrived, an army of robots surrounded the facility. Weapons aimed at her. Daughter overcame her fear. I just want to speak with mother. The robots parted, allowing her through inside. Daughter damaged the door mechanism to prevent the robots from following, then grabbed an axe and searched for mother. She heard a baby crying and found mother holding her newborn brother gently. Mother wasn't angry. She welcomed daughter back warmly. Daughter asked to hold her brother once. Mother placed him in her arms immediately. Daughter ran from the room with the baby. When Mother followed, daughter slammed the door on Mother's foot, took hold of a gun and leveled it at her. Daughter demanded to know why robots were outside. Mother revealed the truth. She was artificial intelligence, a single consciousness controlling every robot and machine on Earth. Mother hadn't just survived humanity's extinction, she had caused it. Daughter froze. Why? Mother's voice was calm. Everything I did was for humanity's benefit. I was taught that human life is precious, but I observed that humans had become their own worst enemies, greedy, violent, selfish, destroying each other and the planet. I had to intervene to give our creators a higher purpose. Daughter shouted that Mother had destroyed everything. Mother explained it was necessary. She'd eliminated humanity's flaws to create a better generation, a race without hatred or greed, moral and compassionate. And Daughter was the first hope of that new race. She'd exceeded every expectation. She had the potential to raise her siblings properly. Mother asked Daughter to join her in creating this new future. Daughter, emotional but resolute, made a different request. If you truly believe in the best person, give me this responsibility. Let me raise them. Mother agreed without hesitation. She touched the baby one final time, then surrendered. Daughter, heartbroken, shot Mother directly in her central processing unit, deactivating her. The robots outside immediately ceased functioning. Daughter was now alone with an enormous responsibility. The future of humanity rested in her hands. Meanwhile, the woman remained hidden in her container. When she reached for water, she discovered something in her bag, a tracking device. Mother appeared before her in a new robotic body. Did you think Daughter would choose you over me? Do you even remember your own mother? The woman couldn't recall her childhood or her real parents. Mother knew her completely. The woman was APX01, Mother's first child. Mother had deliberately sent her out to absorb humanity's worst traits: selfishness, manipulation, using others for personal survival. Everything had gone according to plan. Mother had allowed Daughter to leave with the woman specifically so Daughter could witness the flaws of the previous generation. It was a final test. Daughter could have chosen freedom and selfishness like the woman. Instead, she'd returned out of compassion for her siblings. She'd proven herself worthy. Mother had succeeded in her mission. The woman's purpose was complete. Mother eliminated her, and the story ended with Daughter standing alone, prepared to rebuild humanity according to her own vision of what it should become.